Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ainat. Today I thought I would share with you why someone would choose battery cage system or deep litter system. So first things first, we started our chickens in 2022. So by now we are well into the 4th year, and we started them from chicks until they started laying their own eggs, and this is the second batch on the farm. So we did deep litter system, and now we are on battery cage system. We started with deep litter system, so I have knowledge about a little bit of both. So I would say the most beneficial thing about deep litter system is that it is very, very inexpensive. You can just build a house. It doesn't have to be this big or this tall. You can build something that can accommodate the chickens that you want, and use the rice husks or the wood chippings, and the chickens will be fine as long as you take care of it and you maintain it. The only downfall is that management of that can be very, very tricky. It takes a little bit of time for you to get well acquainted with how you can take care of the chicken, but if it is your first year, it can be a little bit tricky. So like for us, when we did deep litter system, we loved it. We loved the chickens being on the floor, the way they were running from one place to another. But the most downfall I saw for me, it was a straining job to get water into the house. Now I've seen people, they use the bell drinkers, and they have an automated pipe that can just put the water into the bell drinkers. We did not have those. We had 25 liters buckets that we had to put water from the outside and then bring into the inside. So mind you, we had 1,000 chickens, and they needed about 300 liters of water daily. So you can imagine the work we had to put into bringing the water inside the chicken house. We did it in the morning, afternoon, and evening. And at the end of the day, when you went to sleep, the body was aching with the heavy lifting that we used to do in the afternoon and the morning. So that was the major thing that I said, no, I cannot do this anymore. I started hating every morning that I had to do the same thing over and over again. Putting the feed was another issue. It was not very hard to bring in the feed because it was 120 kgs every day, but we cut it into half. We used to give them twice a day. So, but bringing them into the chicken house, the chickens were very hungry, and they would rush to me, and they have the claws like these guys, so they'll scratch me all over. I know some people love that the chickens will run to them. I did not like that. So I thought when we were given the chance to have these cages, I was like, okay, let's grab this with both hands. And from then on, it's been 2 years of using these cages, and I love them. And I promise that I will never go back to deep litter system. We still do use deep litter system when we're starting them from chicks until they start until they're like 12 weeks old. That's when we put them in the cages. But that's all we are going to do about the deep litter system. We are not going to have them on the floor again when they're laying their eggs. And with battery cage system, it is very easy to even pick the eggs. And the eggs, they are so clean because the eggs will just roll out on the side. They are not in contact with the chicken manure. But also management. The management with these guys, it is so easy. The water is automatic, as you can see, so we do not have to carry big buckets of water every day. And the feed, because they're all in the cages, they will not rush at me, and everybody will get to eat at the same time. When they're on the floor, I think they have like bosses, like who gets to eat first. So we had some chickens that they were not eating as well as the others do. So with these cages, oh, why are you so quiet? But with these cages, we can just put the feeds, and you see them, all of them coming, rushing. All of them, they'll be in a uniform line. Everybody is eating, and when you see someone that is not eating, you notice that this one has a problem, and you take them out, you check them out. If someone is sick, if one of the chicken is sick, it's so easy to get to them, because they're all in these cages, and they will not spread the disease as fast as it would spread when they were on the floor, because one chicken would go from this side to the other side, so spreading the disease like that. But when they're in the cages like this, if this chicken gets sick, you just take that one out. it will not spread as fast as it would when they are down on the floor. But one thing I think that most people also love is that the chickens have the freedom to roam around when they are on the floor rather than in here, because they are confined in this small cage. But one thing we did was that when we had these cages, we were told that it was for 4 chickens per cube. But we saw that it is not very good to have 4 of them in one cube. And as you can see, we have mostly 3 of them. Oh, excuse you. 3 of them, 3 of them, 3 of them. It is mostly 3 or 2 all around the chicken house. So they do have space to walk around. They're not as bad as some people think. But if that's what you want to do, to have the chickens on the floor, you can do that. You can see how the chicken house is very clean. We cleaned this chicken house on Saturday. Today we collected the chicken manure, so we just scoop them out from the inside to this side, and also from this side to the outside, and then take a wheelbarrow and take them all out. I made a video on that, how we use manure for cooking and how also we sell the manure. So we removed them, but you can still see that it is pretty much clean. You can walk barefoot in here. There is no problem. Cleaning here, it is so easy. We had a problem with deep litter system that when maybe in like 4 weeks, we had to change the bedding because it was getting so wet. I don't know if it was just our problem, but we had that the bedding was getting caked up. And also it is so easy to collect the eggs. It is so easy to just go around and get the eggs. There is minimum damage on the eggs. Maybe we can get around 3 to 4 eggs that have cracks on them. But when they were down, we used to get maybe a tray full of broken eggs. So that was not so good. But the eggs are safe because they cannot pull them to their chest or they cannot peck on them easily. We did not debake these chickens. And we found that when they were down, there was a lot of pecking when we delayed debaking them. So with this cage system, there is less pecking on each other. Even though we did not debake their mouths, they still do not peck at each other. So for this chicken house, it can accommodate up to 2,800 chickens when they're in cages. And right now we want to upgrade it from 3 steps to 4 steps, so it can accommodate up to 2,800. But when they were on the floor with 1,000 chickens, it was almost full. So with this chicken house, if they're on the floor, it can take up to 1,500 maximum. But because we're putting them in the cage, we are using up the space so much. We have 2,800 beds that we can put in here. So the profits, they can also be a lot from this space. But the only downfall is that they're very expensive. So I think it all comes down to what you want, how you feel about raising your chickens, whether you want to do it in battery cage system or deep litter system. That is all onto you and how your pockets are speaking to you, whether you can do the very expensive or the either inexpensive. So I think in both, it can also be expensive because we can put in here chickens in cage up to 2,800. But if you were to raise the same amount, you will need to have another building. So that other building will also be expensive. So however you look at it, I think they can all be expensive in their own ways, because building another chicken house, it is not cheap. The iron roof is very expensive. The labor that you're going to use and everything. So they are all something that you can use for a very long time. These cages can be used for not less than 10 years. So if you build another chicken house, it can also be used for not less than 10 years. So I think it is only how you look at what you want to do and how you feel about it. So yeah, I think that's all for today's video. I hope you like it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.